A very warm welcome. It's been a while since I filmed a video which was of cycling up the country. Today, on February the 1st, in the middle of winter, we're in the far northeast of Aberdeenshire to do a couple of days cycle. And the weather has treated us kindly. Blue skies, temperatures quite chilly, as you would expect this time of year, this place. But at least it's dry and we've got a good tailwind all the way, apparently. So my journey started, only about 5 minutes ago. One sec. Oh gosh. There we go. Change from tarmac to gravel. Journey started only 5 minutes ago at Dice, which, if you know this part of the country, is the main Aberdeen airport and the location of a train station too, which I intend to take tomorrow. And my journey takes me up from Dice. Today we started very late in the day for a whole host of reasons, but we'll end up at Macduff on the north coast, which is a very Scottish sounding place. And from there we'll head along the coastline due west until we hit Elgin. Right, I'll face it this way now. We've using this route, which is obviously an old railway path, which very common in the UK to use those old railway paths and convert them into cycle tracks. Just passing under the road bridge, which takes the road from Aberdeen up to Peterhead and so on. But this is the old railway from Dice, Aberdeen, up to Peterhead and Fraserburgh, called the Formatine and Buchan Way. I don't know whether I've said that correctly, but apparently it's a 53-mile route. We're going to go as far as Maud, which is where the railway branched, one to Fraserburgh and one to Peterhead. So just distracted by a helicopter. See, we're near Aberdeen Airport and it's served by plentiful helicopters going out to the oil platforms. So I presume that's one that's come from the rigs. Britain's busiest heliport. I don't know if I presume it's not the busiest in the world, but whew. Right, as we go through these silver birches, in between them you'll see, there's quite a lot of cloud approaching. That's fine. We're expecting a front to arrive in the evening overnight period. Might bring a smidge of rain to the region, but the winds, southerly winds, are going straight over the top of the Cairngorm. It's quite a hilly area of this part of the world, and you get these really interesting cloud formations called altocumulus lenticularis, which you can just about see in the sort of pattern of the main cloud. They're likened to sort of UFOs or flying saucers, and the direct result of the cloud going over the mountains when the air's really stable. So these aren't the best patterns, but it tells us something about the weather. made it 45 kilometres into the ride to Maud, which is a beautiful old station. Got the platforms, and this is where the trains split. One going to Fraserburgh, one going to Peterhead. So in a small portion of history, there'd have been a very exciting place, busy place to be, hub of a local area, because we've been cycling through felt like some quite sort of rural, remote places. And it looks as though we go that way. Look, another cyclist. Be quiet while he's there. Right, well, we just ticked over 70 kilometres. Taking me such a long time to cycle. Maybe I haven't done it in a while. Maybe it's a different kind of bike. The terrain hasn't been that bad, so I mean, maybe the cycle paths were slow, but I've made it through Turriff over all the sort of challenging terrain. If it got too dark, we are on lights now, so I can. It's not pitch black yet, but most of the light's gone, so I think it's hard to tell exactly how far I've got left, but I'm sort of in the mind of 12 kilometres, something like that. So it'll take me probably 40 minutes to get into Macduff. And yeah, I've nearly completed the full section of the Sustrans Route 1. This is the whole point of this journey. Was many years ago, between 10 and 15 years ago, I'd sort of done the last section of Sustrans Route 1. The guys who do the Cycle Network, they've got Route 1 going all the way from Dover up the east coast, all the way to John O'Groats, and I think it actually continues on to Orkney and Shetland too. And I've done all of it except for this tiny section between Aberdeen and Elgin, and I've had to wait such a long time to do it. Last time I came up to Scotland to work at Edinburgh, I was going to do it then, but there was flooding and a red warning, so I couldn't actually go and do it. So yeah, I've got this opportunity to finish off the route. Yes, it's midwinter, but yeah, I'm really glad to get it done. We're down the River Deveron at the moment. It's kind of hard to see, but there's a river valley there, River Deveron, which will take us all the way down to the coast. So the final section of the Route 1 tomorrow will be 62 kilometres all the way along the Aberdeen-Murray coastline to Elgin. So yeah, I didn't quite make it in the light, but yeah, I had good motivation today to get it done, and I have enjoyed myself too. Can you even see me? No, you cannot. Here's my castle. Can you even see that? Right, yeah, there it is. Oh, it's spooky in this light. We've just about got to the point where we definitely cannot see anything. Can you see my silhouette? But we're 79k, 5k to go. We're doing all right. It has started to rain a tiny little bit, as expected at 6 o'clock.
Tyrant, show thy face, if thou beest slain, and with no stroke of mine. My wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched hands, whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword with an unbattered edge I sheath again undeeded. There thou shouldst be, by this great cutter, one of the greatest note. Seems bruited. Let me find him, fortune, and more I beg not.